Why I gave my stepbrother the smallest room in the house for 3 years. I treated my stepbrother, Leo, like a total outsider. When my dad married his mom, we moved into a new house. I got the master suite. And Leo, I fought tooth and nail to make sure he got the tiny, cramped room at the end of the hall, the one right next to the noisy furnace. I told myself it was because I was older, and I deserved the space. I'd brag about my walk-in closet while he lived out of a single dresser. Every time we went out to dinner, I'd order the steak, while he'd quietly order a side salad and water. I thought he was just being cheap or trying to make me look bad. I even complained to my dad that Leo was antisocial because he'd disappear into that tiny room for hours every night. Last month, I accidentally grabbed his backpack instead of mine. Inside, I found a medical journal and a pile of hospital bills. I started reading, and my heart literally dropped into my stomach. Leo wasn't being antisocial. He has a severe chronic inner ear condition, something that causes debilitating vertigo and migraines triggered by bright lights and open spaces. That tiny, cramped room at the end of the hall, it was the only room in the house that didn't have a giant south-facing window. It was the only place he felt safe. And the side salads at dinner? He was saving every penny of his part-time job to pay for his own physical therapy because he didn't want to burden our dad with more expenses after the wedding. I felt like the biggest jerk in America. I didn't say a word. I just waited until he went to work on Saturday. I spent 10 hours moving every single piece of my furniture into that small room and hauling his stuff into the master suite. I installed blackout curtains, added soundproofing, and put a card on his new king-sized bed that said, "Sorry for being a blind idiot. The big room is yours." When he got home and saw it, he didn't even say anything. He just hugged me and cried for 10 minutes. Now, we're actually brothers. And honestly, that small room is actually pretty cozy.